The Bharat versus India divide just got deeper. A G20 dinner invitation by the President of India, or wait, by the President of Bharat, has now ignited the biggest political, cultural, social and a national debate. Is the government planning to officially rename India as Bharat? But Bharat does find mention in the constitution, where it says India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. What is the constitutionality, the legality and the correctness to it? On the show tonight, we get India's top constitutional experts to explain if the president's invite as President of Bharat is legal or illegal. If Bharat is interchangeable with India. If India to Bharat needs a constitutional amendment. Also the big political face-off. The BJP hailing Bharat as the advent of Amrit Kal.
Our country was known as Bharat except the brief period, and it is Bharat and it will be Bharat.
The opposition claiming India spooked NDA.
इंडिया नाम से अब डरे हुए हैं, प्रधानमंत्री खुद इंडिया नाम से डरे हुए हैं.
Stuck in the middle of the politics. Stuck in the middle of the big India versus Bharat fight. Standing as collateral, the citizens whom no one asked. The citizens of Bharat and India. Top focus on To The Point this evening. Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhry. So for those of you taken completely unawares of suddenly finding yourself questioning whether I am a citizen of India or now will I be a citizen of Bharat? Well, you know, a rose will smell as sweet whether you call it by any other name. But when it comes down to the constitutionality of it, the legality of it, we're going to break it down over the course of the next 20 minutes. Most of you would have also thought that, okay, Bharat's not bad. You know, some of you very happy as well that India might be renamed Bharat. Well, it's not happening anytime soon. The others there saying, what about the history? You know, I've been an Indian. I come from India. Practically every institution in this country has been named after India. Practically every institution abroad or summits have been named after where India is participating after India. But that is just the frivolity of it. What started this debate, viewers, was today, early this morning, when an invitation got out. Now, this is the special dinner on the 9th of September. The President of the country of India, or Bharat, invites the dignitaries, the heads of states, the chief ministers of various states, and also various members of parliament as well. Now, what was interesting is this invite on your television screen found no word India. It said the President of Bharat invites. Now, what we're going to do over the next 20 minutes, because what it's led up to is a massive political debate and also now questions being raised on the legality, constitutionality and the correctness of it all. So joining me over the course of the next 25 minutes will be India's top constitutional expert, Mr. Preeti Achari. We'll also be joined by member Lok Sabha, Bharatiya Janata Party, Aparajita Sarangi, who is going to actually answer a lot of questions that we have in mind, possibly you have in mind, and the politics of it all. Because the BJP says that the Congress and the India alliance is scared of Bharat. They have always denigrated Bharat. Is that the question? Pawan Khera will come in and answer those questions. Of course, the Congress and the India alliance believes that the BJP is spooked by the name India for obvious political reasons. Let's cut across right now directly to Mr. Preeti Achari, our constitutional expert on the show. So it all started this morning with an invitation sent out by the President of Bharat. Now that is what, of course, the letter of invitation said. There is no mention of the word India. I want to ask you, sir, very clearly, in terms of the constitutionality of it, you know, is it legal, illegal? Is it constitutional, unconstitutional? Can the President be called the President of Bharat where our country is concerned?
Actually, Article 52 says there shall be a President of India. So the President is called the President of India. That post is called President of India and not President of Bharat. That is the thing. So that post is known as the President of India. And that word India is used to distinguish the President of India from other types of president. So there can be a president of a foundation, can be president of Bharat Sevashrangam Ashram. I mean, that kind of thing. There can be presidents of any association. But here it is President of India. The word India is used, and therefore, I think if you use Bharat, President of Bharat, that is not the name of the President of India as per Article 52 of the Constitution.
So, Mr. Achari, correct me if I'm wrong, sir. You're technically saying that under Article 52 of the Indian Constitution, there is no term called the President of Bharat, and to use President of Bharat for the President of our country is unconstitutional.
Well, I'm not saying in violation or anything. I'm simply saying that it is not in accordance with Article 52.
All right. So, also now, the Constitution of India, where the preamble is concerned, says very clearly, India, that is Bharat. I want to ask you, PDT Achari, are these words interchangeable when we use them in official language? Can one replace the other, like in this case, or in other official communication?
No, actually, this word Bharat has not been used in any of the articles of the Constitution, except in the Hindi version of the Constitution, which is of course an authentic version, which was signed by all the members of the Constituent Assembly. There, of course, the word Bharat is used in Hindi, but in English, it is always India. And the Constitution does not use this word Bharat in the English version anywhere, except in clause 1, which says India, that is Bharat. So that is Bharat. That is more a descriptive kind of term. And that is probably why it has not been used in any part of the Constitution or in any article so far. So therefore, if you want to change the name of the country to Bharat and not India, then a constitution amendment will be required.
I'll come back to that question again, Mr. PDT Acharya. You're saying a constitutional amendment is required if you want to use Bharat instead of India. But there are also many legal experts, sir, especially also many from the BJP, the political debate aside, just the legal debate of it, argue that because Bharat finds mention in the preamble of the Constitution where it says India, that is Bharat. That means it is a part of the Constitution and Bharat can be used.
No, actually, see, the point is, as I said, in the Constitution, no article uses this word Bharat. That is, no article. It is used only in Hindi, the Hindi version. So, if you use Bharat instead of India, then all these various articles will have to be amended, have to be changed. Now, if you want to change the name of India to Bharat, then you have to bring an amendment, and you can put in a clause there saying that hereafter India will be known as, or shall be known as Bharat or something. That can be done. Of course, nothing prevents Parliament from doing that. But with the existing provision, I don't think they will be able to switch over to or change to Bharat and not India at all.
So, Mr. Acharya, under what we've discussed till now, sir, technically, what do you make of the President of India's invitation as the President of Bharat?
No, that's what I said. The President of India is the term which is used in Article 52. That means that particular post is known as President of India. So, President of Bharat is not used in the Constitution. Therefore, I say that President of Bharat is not in conformity with Article 52.
So you're saying there is no post called the President of Bharat, so it's illegal in terms of technicality and legality of it. But if there is no constitutional amendment to change India to Bharat, then when Bharat is used, sir, in official documentation, can that be challenged, like in this invitation?
You see, I don't think that anybody will challenge it. But what I was saying was that it is not in conformity with Article 52. That is all. Whether somebody challenges it or not, I don't know. I can't say about that. The point is that the President of India is known as the President of India, not President of Bharat. That is the point which I was.
All right, Preeti Choudhry, appreciate you for joining us, sir. Thank you for laying it bare. And if one needs to use it in official language and officially change the name, with what we've gathered, that requires a constitutional amendment, and that in turn, viewers, will require two-thirds majority, because the constitutional amendment would require a two-thirds majority if at all, that the government wants to change the name officially from India to Bharat, then both houses, be it the lower or the upper house, the Rajya Sabha or the Lok Sabha, both houses will need two-thirds majority for the government to officially change that name, which at least in Rajya Sabha, the government doesn't quite have it. Let's cut across right now to Aparajita Sarangi, who's going to give us the government and the BJP's point of view, national spokesperson and Lok Sabha MP, BJP. Mr. Parajita Sarangi, you just heard the constitutional expert there, and he says that invitation, ma'am, and you must have got the same invitation because you're a Lok Sabha MP by the President of the country. He says, and the constitutional experts believe, that under Article 52, there is no post called the President of Bharat. There is only a post called the President of India. Anything else, the usage of else, is illegal.
At the outset, let me tell you that Article 1 of the Constitution of India says, India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. There is India and there is Bharat in the Constitution. And when there is Bharat in the Constitution, what's wrong if the President of India invites everybody as President of Bharat? There is absolutely no problem. I don't know why these people, especially the people from the Congress, are crying hoarse. Don't they like the name Bharat? Are they anti-Bharat? Are they anti-Constitution? It seems so. You know, the other day, the Congress MLA, I would like to name her, Aradhana Mishra, in fact, stopped people in her Sabha when they said Bharat Mata Ki Jai. She wanted them to say Congress Zindabad. It's extremely unfortunate. How are these people behaving? See, Bharat is our identity. And India, this name had been given to our country by the Britishers because we are located near the Indus Valley. So the point is that if we shed our colonial hangover, if we eliminate the traces of slavery after so many years of independence, I think everybody in the country should rejoice. It's a time to celebrate. In fact, we should thank the President of India for having invited everybody as President of Bharat. We should be happy about it. Bharat Mata Ki Jai, Mera Bharat Mahan. I think these expressions, these words, fill us with a lot of pride and a lot of dignity. You remember when we changed the name of India Gate to Kartavya Path, Congress and other people had problems. When we changed the name of Race Course Road to Lok Kalyan Marg, these people had problems. So I think they suffer from a disease called cynicism. And they have just to oppose the Prime Minister and his government. And that is why they do like these kinds of things. There is absolutely no reason why they should be crying hoarse, because we have not said goodbye to the word India. Have we said that? Has the government taken a decision in this regard? No, not at all at this juncture. So I think let's not jump to conclusions.
But Ms. Sarangi, you know, the fact is it's not about renaming a road like you pointed out, renaming a marg, renaming a building, renaming even a state, madam, or a city. It's about renaming the country. It's very different, and where constitutional experts come in, especially because this requires or would require a constitutional amendment. You made it very clear that there is no call right now or an understanding that there is an attempt to change that name. But I'll come back right now to the invitation that was sent out, and I want to focus on that because the constitutional experts, ma'am, that we have spoken to have very clearly said, quoting Article 52 and saying that, listen, this is illegal. There is no post called the President of Bharat. As per India's constitution, there is only a President of India. That's the post.
I would definitely not like to comment on what the constitutional experts have to say. The fact remains that every Indian should be proud of the fact that he or she resides in Bharat. And Bharat, this word finds place in Vedic scriptures, in Mahabharata, in Ramayana. I think we all need to be proud of it. And to say that, we should call ourselves Indians, we should say that we belong to India, is actually going by the colonial mindset. Aren't we? I mean, this is high time that we are out of this colonial hangover. And you remember on 15th of August on the ramparts of the Red Fort, Honorable Prime Minister gave a clarion call to the people of the country that it was high time that we eliminated the traces of slavery. We came out of it. So I think Bharat is our identity. Bharat is our country. And we should be proud of the fact that we belong to Bharat, we stay in Bharat.
But Ms. Sarangi, also what the opposition is saying very clearly is that now you're very clear about the fact that the name India has gotten under your skin. You're spooked by the alliance.
Don't you think it is ridiculous? I think very recently, I think your channel, India Today Sea Voter Survey, in fact, carried out a poll, and we know what was the result. We are going beyond 306 seats in the Lok Sabha this time. There is no vacancy in the seat of the Prime Minister in 2024. And this is something written on the wall. And everybody in the country knows what's coming. So why should we be scared of all these people staying together? This kind of parade, which INDIA is doing, was done before 2014 election and also prior to 2019. So I don't think there is any need to worry. We know we are going to win. We know that we are with the people. And we know that people's blessings are
all right.
With the
Ms. Sarangi, what about the fact that now the other charges that this is all following an RSS agenda? 2 days ago, you have Mr. Bhagwat who's come out and stated that Bharat is what India is and, possibly the name India needs to be shed.
Yeah, I can only say that if you go for a very impartial poll at this juncture, people of the country would say that they would like to be called Bharatiya. It's a matter of pride. It's a question of our identity. Where does this word Bharat come from? It is named after King Bharat, who was the son of King Dushyant and Shakuntala. So I think we trace this word to Mahabharata, and I think every Indian would be proud of the fact. But then at the same time, I would say that there is absolutely no decision at this level to say goodbye to India. We are not aware of what the government has been contemplating. So I think will be very premature on my part to say that we say goodbye to India. No, not at all.
So no contemplation of changing the name is what you're saying, Ms. Sarangi. But I also, like you pointed out, the word Bharat, evokes a lot of emotions in a lot of us, and it should. But so does the name India, invokes a lot of emotions in a lot of us, and it should, because that has been our identity of our country. I want you to listen in to your own party MP, and I'm going to come back and ask you a question, ma'am.
इंडिया शब्द एक अंग्रेजों के द्वारा दी हुई हमारे लिए गाली है, इसलिए इंडिया शब्द जाना चाहिए। भारत शब्द जो है हमारी सांस्कृतिक पृष्ठभूमि का, सांस्कृतिक संपदा का, सांस्कृतिक हमारी पहचान का एक प्रतीक है, इसलिए होना चाहिए, इसलिए भारत होना चाहिए।
Ms. Sarangi, Harnath Singh Yadav sits with you in the Lok Sabha. He's saying India is an abuse, ma'am. What do you have to make of that?
So I can only say that this is everybody's entitled to his or her own opinion. I would definitely not like to comment on it. But let's act maturely. Let's act with a sense of balance. And I think at this juncture, every Indian is proud of the fact that he or she belongs to Bharat. And Bharat is something which is our identity, I reiterate. And India has come from the Britishers. And yes, I must tell you something else. There are countries which have said goodbye to the earlier names of theirs. In 1989, Burma became Myanmar. 2011, Sri Lanka officially wiped out the old colonial name of Ceylon. So did these countries make mistakes? So if we call ourselves Bharatiya, if we say that we are belonging to Bharat, what's the big deal and what's wrong about it?
No, there's no big deal. Everybody is proud of being Bharat, but I would think Bharat is no different than India. And India is no different than Bharat. And to denigrate one and call it the handouts of the British or the colonial hangover, then I would reckon it's a tad bit sad. But having said that, you also made it very clear that right now, at least even in the special session, there is no urgency to rename India as Bharat. And even if there is, it would require, as per our constitutional expert, a constitutional amendment, which will require a two-third majority in both houses, which your government doesn't have as of now. But appreciate you joining us. I want to cut across right now to Congress leader Pawan Khera, who's also joining us. Mr. Khera, the BJP is very clear. Bharat is our true identity. India is a colonial hangover. And why are you getting so jumpy? Because as per the BJP and the government, you've insulted Bharat all your political life as a party.
No, on the contrary, the question is that we are enjoying it. The entire world is getting entertained, and you know who's jumpy. Mr. Modi is jumpy. Suddenly, the need to change the name India and replace it with Bharat. We have, after all, Bharat Jodo Yatra was not Mr. Modi's brainchild. For us, India, that is Bharat, is the same. So, you know who is jumpy. And you know who's enjoying.
No, but Mr. Khera, you know, the government till now has made it very clear that as we take pride in the word and the name Bharat, because we are truly Bharatiya, and the word India has been, a colonial hangover of sorts. The fact is there is no attempt to change the name officially, at least as of now, is what we are being indicated. The claim is that it has been your party which over years have inculcated this colonial hangover and completely denigrated of what we actually come from, where we actually come from, which is Bharat.
No, ask them. Ask the people who are jumpy at the fact that we have named our alliance as India. Now, these guys don't know where to hide. I don't know what are they worried about. I mean, they had a problem with Bharat Jodo Yatra. They have a problem with India Alliance. They have a problem with everything that comes up with from Constitution. I mean, they hate us, we understand. They hate our ideology, we understand. They hate our leadership, we understand. Now they've started hating India. Why?
But, you know, Mr. Khera, if there is no problem with the word Bharat, then instead of coming out and saying you hate India, why can't the Congress, because both would mean the same, come out and say, let's embrace Bharat. What's wrong with embracing Bharat? What's wrong with embracing the name Bharat?
Preeti, it is not the name. The attack is on the Constitution of India. And it is not also just the Constitution. The attack is on the fundamental principles of the Constitution. Mr. Mohan Bhagwat has also stated his real intent against reservations. They have their problem with the Ambedkar thought. So all this is not just, it won't just stop at the name India. It won't just stop at amending the Constitution. It won't just stop at amending the basic structure of the Constitution. It will go and attack the reservation structure, architecture, which was envisaged by Baba Saheb Ambedkar and other forefathers of our republic.
Mr. Khera, is your party and many leaders from your party going a little far when you say that, this is an agenda of the BJP which comes from Mr. Mohan Bhagwat and the RSS just because 2 days ago Mr. Bhagwat had invoked the name Bharat?
Who is he? I'm sorry, who's Mohan Bhagwat? What is RSS? They don't have the courage to register their organization. They're coming and giving us a lecture of what our country should be called and not called. Who are they? I react very sharply to such non-state actors and their foolish interventions. Who are they? And why should we listen to them? Why should anyone listen to them? ये क्या कोई buy one get one free है? You vote for BJP, you get RSS free of cost. Why?
But sir, you do understand, because it comes in from years of one set feeling that you have only, encouraged one particular set, which is envisioned by the word India, and the constant struggle between India and Bharat, where sadly the narrative, political narrative has been that a party like yours represents India while a party like the BJP represents Bharat.
Where is the difference? India, that is Bharat, Article 1 of the Constitution. Where is the difference? They want to now divide India and Bharat. Can you believe this? They divide our gods. They divide our freedom fighters who are no more. They divide our communities. They divide based on language. Every way, which way they would like to divide. And now they'll divide India versus Bharat. Where will they stop? Why can't they start governing and stop all these tactics and antics?
All right, Mr. Khera, appreciate you joining us. There you had all 3 points of view, the constitutional legal point of view and 2 political points of views, be it that of the BJP and that of the opposition. And for our viewers there, will the name be changed? Improbable. But we're going to keep a keen eye on the special session called from the 18th of September 2023. Just a little bit of a nugget and an anecdote. It was 1949, 18th of September, when India adopted the constitution and named India, that is Bharat. Quite interesting, because now it's come full circle. 18th September is when the new session of the parliament is called. Will there be an attempt to change the name? Doubtful, but trust us to get you the latest.